Hello, guys, and welcome to yet another episode, or I should say, Fans Dugout Live of the World Cricket Fans. And today we're up for an epic clash, India versus New Zealand. Both these teams are coming from a loss from their end, and that too against Pakistan. But here we are back in the Dubai Stadium. And the latest report is that New Zealand have won the toss and have chose to bowl, so they definitely have an upper hand here. So first of all, let's go to you, Paji. How excited are you for this game, this epic clash between India versus New Zealand?
I'm super excited. Not excited enough now because we've lost the toss, but I'm excited because we have Ritz with us. And Ritz is going to the ground now. Ritz, well, let you talk before we lose you. What's your feelings?
Well, first and foremost, always a great feeling to get to the ground to watch a match live, especially if it's a World Cup game, and especially when India is playing. The fact that India is batting first and having made the two changes that we know they're playing Ishan Kishan and they're playing Shardul Thakur. I think it's a good move. Ishan Kishan opening with somebody like Rohit Sharma. Ishan Kishan played well in the last few games at the IPL for Mumbai Indians. Young fellow, not too much baggage on him. He can just go out and try and express himself and take the attack to the New Zealand bowlers if possible. The fact that he's a left-hander is obviously going to help up in the order as well. And then KL Rahul and the rest come. And I think the key for India batting first will be to maintain wickets in the power play and sort of build a steady partnership in, not too many runs necessarily, and that's fine as long as they don't lose wickets and then they can build on the innings later on. And then, well, New Zealand is a very, very strong side as well, especially when it comes to the shorter format. So they'll be up for a challenge as well. So it's a matter of how well do we maneuver their bowlers around. Somebody like Bolt, Saudi, these are world class bowlers to tackle them and make sure you control the run rate and, like I said, maintain wickets, keep wickets in hand before you sort of try and cut loose. That's going to be the key. And then when it comes to India's turn, the fact that we have Shardul Thakur in the team today is an interesting thing because, yes, as he's shown in the IPL, tends to give away a few runs, but he also tends to pick up wickets. And as you know, the best dot ball in any format, especially in the T20 format, is a wicket delivery. So if we can use him well and use the rest of the bowlers around him and peg the team back a bit initially, then I think India's up for a good fight. The fact that India lost and the way they lost to Pakistan is probably more disheartening for the Indian fans than anything else. And but this is Team India. I mean, they're a very, very strong team. We've always supported them over the years. There's no reason why we can't believe in the fact that they're going to turn this around very, very easily. It's only their second game, as it is for New Zealand. So yeah, why not? I mean, let's go, Team India all the way. Absolutely.
Come on, Team India.
All right, now going back to you, Paji. I think Bowie only played one game in this World Cup, and was it a harsh move just dropping him after one game? Sure, he's not in form, but if you see the Sri Lankan series, he was showing some kind of spark, but also he just played one game. Was it kind of like a harsh move for dropping him for Shardul Thakur?
Personally, I would have kept Bhuvi and dropped Pandya. I don't know why Pandya is in this team. This, expression of a finisher. We have a finisher in the team. His name is Rishabh Pant. Yeah, you're playing an extra batsman in. You can't play Rishabh Pant as your finisher because he doesn't care. And if he connects, he connects. We saw in the last game it was just one shot too many for him, which was the problem. But I as I said, Bhuvi, if you were bowling first, Bhuvi's an absolutely brilliant bowler. But if you're bowling second and there is a bit of a dew and it's not swinging, then Bhuvi can be a liability. So I'm more happy that Shardul is in, and I'm happy that Ishan is in. But I would have also taken Ashwin. I think India have missed a trick. They could have got Ashwin in, bowled him in the power play, and that would have solved a lot of issues as well. Because we've seen all the other teams bowl their spinner in the power play, and they've already had, like, if we look at Pakistan, Imad Wasim, he bowls in the power play and it only goes for about 15 to 17 runs. And that puts a lot of pressure on the batsman. And then that's why they lose the wicket. So I think India have missed a trick there. But, with Ishan in, as Rich said, a fearless cricketer who can hit the ball long. And, if he can get the runs in, That'd be good. India have to set a score 165 or over to be competitive in this game.
All right, now going to you, Ritz. How important is this game for both the teams? They are coming from a loss. So, it's like a do or die match for India, first of all, and New Zealand, because, they have to win this game to stay alive. Or else,
Yeah.
Afghanistan is just going to rise up to the occasion and then go into the finals or playoffs, something like that. So, now, first of all, how important is this game for both the teams?
See, this game is crucial for both teams for one simple reason. We've lost Both teams have lost the first games, their first games, and they have one particular game. Both teams will end up playing Afghanistan in due
Hmm.
course as well, right? Afghanistan have shown that they can be a very, very tricky customer. Again, fearless brand of cricket can turn anything around on that particular day. They probably themselves at times don't know how well they can play on a particular day, and that's to their credit, right? So that is going to be a difficult game anyway. So whoever wins today's game definitely has an upper hand, because then they go ahead with at least 2 points on the board, and then the permutation combinations can start in terms of how do they change their strategies for the upcoming games and so on. So today's match is very, very crucial. It might just be the second game for each team, for either of the teams, but it's a very, very crucial game.
Okay, now let's just take a look at India's playing 11. Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma to open, and then KL Rahul and Virat Kohli at 3 and 4. And first of all, I think the top four or top three, I can say, are especially weak against Ish Sodhi. Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul and Virat Kohli, they don't have such a great record against Ish Sodhi. And also, while batting first on these kind of pitches, it's going to be even harder for the Indian batsman to tackle him. So going to you, Paji, what's your thoughts on this? How can they handle this kind of pressure with Ish Sodhi with the top three batsmen? Well, he disconnected. All right, you can you answer that question, Ritz? How important is this gonna
Yeah,
be
but
for
the thing,
India?
to go back to your question, Ish Sodhi is a great is a good T20. I wouldn't call him a great T20 bowler, but he's a good T20 bowler, no doubt. But as we've seen in the past on the Dubai pitches, the ball doesn't do a lot at the beginning for spinners, right? It's usually a fairly decent flattish sort of a track. So until and unless the batsmen try something silly and give their wicket away, I think Indians in general play spin fairly well. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. They're known to play spin really well. And if they should be able to tackle Ish Sodhi comfortably. That's how I see it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Just lost you there, but yeah, that's the main thing. The purpose today is not to lose the wickets in the power play. Have a stable base, get about 35 to 40 runs. Not too much, but then keep those wickets in hand. So you've got Kohli, Rohit coming through the middle innings. I mean, Rahul and Kohli coming through the middle innings, which will basically set up the finish, and then trying to get that 165 score that we've said. If they get 165, I fancy our bowling to defend that. Anything under 160, you have to say it and look at the history of this tournament. The team batting second is losing. So we want to reverse that trend, and hopefully we'll be able to see it through.
Surely, I think if we win batting first, that will boost a lot of confidence for the Indian side. First of all, it's been going around for second batting as the winners, but if we win first, that will really boost up our confidence. Now, but again, talking about Rohit Sharma, absolutely, he has a weakness of Vish Sodhi, first of all. But now going against the left-handers, he has an even bigger weakness against them, especially playing them in the power play overs. Now Trent Bolt is coming in, Mitchell Santner's coming in. Trent Bolt can be an absolute threat for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli because, as we seen, I think in the ICC 2019, right? These kind of pacers, they just tackle all the batsmen in the power play over. So now going to you, Ritz and Paji, you both can answer this. How can Rohit tackle a Bolt? Should he just play him defensively or just, leave the balls? What's the tactic here for Rohit Sharma?
See, Rohit's a class act, right? He's played enough matches to know how to tackle bowlers who've given him trouble in the past. Left-handed seamers, yes, they've created problems for him in the past, sure. But given Rohit's experience, And given his skill set, I'm pretty sure, as long as, again, going back to the same thing that I said earlier, as long as they keep their heads, don't try anything rash initially, and settle into the innings first, right? Yes, it's a T20, but there's no harm in settling into the innings first for a couple of deliveries or more, because one of the things that happens is, guys, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get a different route so that I can get to the ground. Oops.
All
Okay,
right.
cool. Okay.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think yes, Bolt is a world class bowler, as we all know, but Rohit is a world class batsman as well. So that challenge and that battle will be good, and it's a matter of Rohit's experience versus Bolt's experience more than actually what the pitch does or anything at all. It's really how they manage themselves against this, and then take it from there.
I agree with Ritz there. I think the big issue here is when he faced Shah Afridi, he hadn't faced him for years. So I think
Yeah,
that was the big surprise of that delivery. And then Shaheen was bowling, at least 5 clicks quicker than Trent Bolt. Whereas
yeah,
Trent Bolt bowls to Rohit in the IPL in the nets all the time. So he's familiar with Trent Bolt. He will know exactly where Trent Bolt will release the ball and how we do it. I think with Rohit, the big issue with Rohit is his foot movement early on in the innings. He's got to get his feet moving. If he's moving his feet and he's hitting the ball quite well,
yeah,
he will build that innings and he'll probably end up scoring 50, 60 runs today, which will put India in control because you have Ishan Kishan on the other side who will play the attacking role. So today, Rohit's role in the team will change because Ishan will take the lead in the attacking sense and Rohit will drop a bit of anchor until the power play is over, and then after the power play, they'll be able to do that. So hopefully, Ishan will be knocking the boundaries. Rohit will be playing himself in, moving his feet around, and after 6 overs, he'll be fully set, and then he can hit the big sixes out the ground.
yeah,
Again, Ishrodi, they'll definitely bowl a spinner in the power play. And again, if you looked at the last game, bowled really badly, and so did Saudi. So they bowled as bad as us. And I think today with Varun Chakravarti and also Jadeja, I think we have the benefit of the spin as well. So
yeah,
overall, on paper, we look the stronger team. However, batting second is the disadvantage for us. We have to keep the power play under control. But whether on the board, no team has got a score on the board which has challenged the team batting second. I think that's where the problem is.
yeah,
If India can get the score on the board, that will make batting second a lot more trickier. If India get 150, 154, 155, New Zealand do not have to take any risks in the power play, and that will basically mean they've got a kind of a team that can get 7 and over, 6 and over quite comfortably. But for them to get 9 or 10 and over, that's where they will struggle.
Now
yeah,
talking about another matchup, I think Jasprit Bumrah has a great record against New Zealand, especially against Martin Guptill. I think Martin Guptill has been always strict by Jasprit Bumrah's Yorkers. He has 10 wickets in 9 outings. So how important is Jasprit Bumrah for this lineup, Paji?
Yeah, unbelievably important. If he's bowling the Yorkers, we saw Guptill get hit on the toe in the last game. Just aim for the toe, like a boxer. You aim for the weak point, and hopefully he'll look at his toe and say, "Oh, I'm not going to get that," and we'll get out middle stumper. So yeah, Bumrah is key. Shami is key, and but I think they should be bowling a spinner, maybe Varun Chakravarti in the power play because he does bowl very well in the power play. So keep the power play under control, and then the other bowlers will take the wickets with Bumrah probably coming in after the power play. So they'll probably bowl Bumrah either 1 hour, 1 over in the power play, or then a couple of hours and then two at the death.
yeah.
All right, so now let's just go to the last three questions. So first of all, going to you, Ritz, who is your best bowler for both the teams and your best batsman for both the teams?
My best batsman for New Zealand, I'm actually torn a bit between them, because I think between Conway and Williamson, both of them are exceptionally good batsmen in this format. Williamson is, of course, one of the stars of world cricket, and Conway is an upcoming star as well. So I think these two will be key, and they bat at different parts of the innings, mind you. So that obviously makes it even more difficult for India to sort of tackle and manage that from their point of view. So that's going to be key. India, let's not even choose players. We back all our players to go out and score 100 every time they go out to bat. So let's just hope that they put their minds together and crack on with the business, with business as usual as they would do. In terms of bowling, I think Shardul could be a surprise for the Kiwis because not a lot of them have played him. And of course, with Bumrah, the way he's been bowling of late over the last couple of years, really, uh, I think he's going to be a great asset for the game. And I would really like Shami, given the amount of flack people have given him over the last game, to come back and really show what he's made of. He's a champion bowler. He's delivered wins for India time and time again, and I'm sure he's going to come around and deliver the goods as well. So I'm really looking forward to him bowling on this track as well and sort of winning the hearts back of a lot of people.
Now, Paji, I think this is the last question. Who is your man of the match and the winner of the game? You're on mute. Paji, you're on mute.
With my head, I'm going to say New Zealand will win the match. With my heart, I will say India will win the match. And if Rohit Sharma hits the runs at the start, he will definitely be bringing it home for India today. So Rohit Sharma, Shami with the ball, an Indian victory with the heart, but with the head, I'm going for Conway, and I'm going to go for New Zealand.
All right, now to you, Riz. Last question. Your man of the match and winner of the game.
No. I don't know about the man of the match, but I'm sticking to India both with heart and head. I mean, come on. I mean, if I finished an entire day's work from the morning and then rushed to the ground, it's with only one team in mind. So yes, I hear what Paji's saying. There are lots of times when the heart rules the head and vice versa, and we are all privy to that at various stages of our cricket watching careers. But yeah, I think India realistically have a very good chance. I'm not in any way writing New Zealand off. I think they're absolute world class stars playing. So it'll be a great contest. It's 5 minutes to the game. I can see the lights. I don't know whether you guys can see it. That's the
Yeah,
lights
you
of the
can see it.
stadium. I'm literally on the last stretch. I need to find parking and get in. If your guys are up for it, post the game. Let's have a chat again, and or during the mid innings as well, if you guys want. Whatever suits you guys, let me know. I'll be
Cool.
around here and we can catch up.
Cool, Ritz. Thank you so much for
All
joining us.
right.
I know it's a last minute thing, but we've just enjoyed.
No. It was great fun. I was just trying to make sure that I can keep talking to you while I'm maneuvering the traffic here, and
Yeah.
that was all fine. So that's good. Thank you for having me,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you guys
Buddy.
for
Thank you.
joining us on
Cheers.
this live. If you want to be featured on our page, please share your fan story with us on the WCF website. Thank you for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye
Jai
bye.
Hind. Come
Jai Hind!
on.